Hello, Janice here from Tarot Reading London with my monthly update for August 2022. I have to make sure I get that right because I have been known to get it wrong occasionally, which is confusing for everybody. So, August 2022 coming up. The year is speeding along, isn't it, guys? I've been back a month now from our little trip to France, and I came back to earth with a bit of a bump because we've hit the ground running and it's been absolutely full on ever since I got back, which is great. It's really, really good. Those who know me well will know that's exactly how I like it. So let's have a look at this month's reading. Now, there feels to me to be a real progression from the reading I did for you guys last month, and there are pickup points along the reading which show it to be that the energy is sort of carrying on and building, which is always really interesting. So let's have a look. So the first card that I always draw is what is the overarching energy for the month ahead, and we got the Queen of Wands. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Now, it's interesting because last month in the same position I had the Queen of Cups, and that's quite a reflective energy, still an internally focused energy, but it was asking us to tune in to our own kind of emotional landscape to figure out what was going on in there. Now, the Queen of Wands is a much more dynamic version, still a queen, still internally referenced, but a much more dynamic version. So as I said, confidence. The Queen of Wands is completely authentic. She is not afraid to stand and be exactly who she is. What you see is what you get with the Queen of Wands. And Wands energy, as we know, is fire energy. So it's the creative energy. It talks about our confidence, our drive, our passion, and all of our kind of, joie de vivre. So, the Queen of Wands is not afraid to be visible in her authenticity. So I think this month we're going to be called upon to step into our power, to step into who we really are and not to hide, not to sort of stand in line and go, well, no, you first, you first. Really important that we step up. I don't think we're going to be allowed energetically to be a shrinking violet. So we're going to have to step out of our comfort zone a little bit. Now, don't make the mistake of thinking if you're a guy, you get to sit the dance out. No, no, no. Just because it's a queen does not mean that it's aimed purely at the women amongst us. It's only a queen because it is internally referenced. So it's asking us to be it. It's asking us to be fire energy and to kind of adopt that position in periods in the month where we are called to step up and be that, if that makes sense. So guys, you have to be queens as well this month. You have to show up and be authentic, not be a shrinking violet, not be kind of like bound by what you think you should be. This is about you being exactly as you are, men and women. It's a call to step into your power and be absolutely authentic. So let's have a look at the next card. The next card, the card we should embrace, is the Nine of Swords. Now again, we've got a little call back to last month because last month we had the Tower. And the Tower was asking us to address our thinking and to look at the belief systems that we might have that may not serve us. It was asking us to challenge the way we see the world, maybe even challenge the way we see ourselves. It's quite a big card, the Tower. And here we're being asked to embrace the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords, as you can see, is not a pleasant looking card, right? It's the nightmare card. But again, we're being asked to challenge our thinking because we're asked to embrace it, which means we have to embrace our fears. It brings us back to the classic book title, doesn't it? Feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's the point with the Nine of Swords. It's asking us to go into whatever it is that's causing us anxiety, whatever it is that's causing us to maybe think the worst case scenario, and make our peace with it, deal with it, and see it for what it is. It's actually just an illusion. Because if we're going to step up as the Queen of Wands, we've got to step up with confidence. We've got to own it. We can't be anxious. We can't be allowing our fear to control us. So in the Nine of Swords, we're always drawn back to the wisdom that it is our minds which is causing the problem. And that if we can see things differently, then actually we'll find out there isn't nearly as much to be afraid of as perhaps we were thinking there was. So quite a challenging card, but really, really, really positive, and actually really on message with the shadow side of the Queen of Wands, asking us for confidence and authenticity, which is great. So what will we find challenges us this coming month? The Four of Pentacles. So, safe. That's the watchword with the Four of Pentacles. It's a desire to be safe. Now, whether that's safe financially or whether that's safe emotionally or however that shows up for you, you're going to find that's a bit challenged this month. And again, because we've got the Queen of Wands as our overarching energy, it's very much a call not to cling to security. Now, the Four of Pentacles is very conservative in its thinking. It's very cautious, and it plays very small because its core thinking is there isn't enough really, and I have to hold on to what little I've got that makes me feel, as we can see on the card, safe. Now, we're being asked, aren't we, to embrace our fear. We're being asked to go into that challenges us. And so we're not going to be allowed to stay safe. And that's not safe in the real physical aspect of safe. It means safe as in what makes us feel within our comfort zone. So it looks like we're not going to be allowed to just sit there and just play from the sidelines. We are going to be called to step up. And the more you can do it, the more you can not resist that call, the more you can lean into it, the better. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. So what is the message from Spirit for us this month? And we've got the Page of Wands. Now again, a nice callback to last month's energy. Last month's message from Spirit was the Magician. And the Magician is all about stepping into our creative selves. It's telling us you have everything you need to make what you want happen. All you have to do, again, is step into that power. Now, the Page of Wands is like the junior magician. It's like the learning version. So it's kind of taking you back a step and say, okay, you need to practice a bit. So if we look at the card, we can see we've got a really sweet young lad here playing with sparklers, because as we know, wands are fire energy and sparklers are fiery, but they're fun, and that's the point. It should be fun. We're not looking at doing anything big and scary and arduous here. We're just looking to push our comfort zones a little bit. And the Page of Wands is curious and imaginative. And he's kind of visualizing what it is that he can conjure up moving forward. Page is always future focused. So it's looking down the road and going, okay, what do I want to make happen? Now, that has got to be done with confidence. You can't do that from a position of fear. So it's really important you step into that role, step into the creative, curious, adventurous Page. He is also called the spirit of transformation. So it's asking you to adopt that as a way forward. In what way do you want to be transformed? In what way do you want your life to be transformed? It's really, really important that you get a vision of what that's going to look like, of what you actually want to create. If you want to create something, you've got to be able to see it clearly. And the reading is telling you that all of this is absolutely possible, but you're going to need confidence. You're going to need a bit of charisma. You're going to need some dynamic energy. And you've got to step away from that fears you. Stop looking at the worst case scenario and look at what you actually want to create. And take real steps to do that this month. Step into your power. Be bold. Be fearless. And don't give a crap what anybody else thinks. It really doesn't matter. The only person that matters in this is you and what you want to make happen. So I think that's a really, really nice reading for August, a really interesting reading. And I was fascinated to see how it echoed a progression from last month. So I hope that's interesting. I find it interesting. I really enjoy doing these readings, and I hope you enjoy receiving them, and I hope they are of use to you. So if they are, please drop me a little comment below. I love it when you do that. It just makes me feel like somebody's listening out there. So I look forward to seeing you at some point during the month. I'm always here for readings if you need me. In the meantime, I will say goodbye and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.